Yo, what's up, everybody? We're here at home. Nice winter day here in Cyprus. Rainy day. So I thought it was a good idea to film my race run analysis from national championship race. And yeah, I thought it would be interesting to talk you through what went down that entire day and maybe give you a little bit of context of what went prior to that day, the whole preparation and everything, my emotional and physical state, my mental state just before the race. So yeah, for a little bit of context, it was emotionally and mentally, it was one of the hardest races I've done. One of my students crashed like a few weeks before the race. It was a massive emotional hit for everybody, I think, especially the ones who were there that day. Thankfully, it's all good. But anyway, we went through practice, and here we are, finals day, last man down the hill, fastest in qualifying round, seeding round, and so last man down the hill on final round. So yeah, here we are at the start gate with the UCI commissars ready to drop in. So really important to say that it was super windy that day. It was so windy that we had to shut down the top part, the top half of the track. We had to shut down all the features, so no drops, no jumps, no nothing. So we were just riding the B lines. Interesting fact, that was the first time in my entire life that I took the B lines. So I had no idea, I've never practiced them before. So it was basically blind racing, and here we are. Nice little drop. So here is a nice off-cover section. I tried to aim over the little route that was there and straight down this super fast section. It was so windy that the wind was pushing me towards the right of the track. So the faster the wheels are spinning, the more resistance you have in the wind. So here we are, middle line, tried to battle the wind. And here I had to remember that there was a jump right here where the marshal is. That was a nice, huge left hip that I've practiced hundreds of times so far by that time. So I had to force myself to remember and take the B line from the right side of the jump. So there was a little bush right here. I went through the bush. Yeah, thankfully no roots or anything were there. Nice uphill, so I had to sprint a lot harder than I used to. Here's another jump, new feature for this year as well. It was so big. We tried it on the seeding run, it pushed me over. I'm going to try to put the clip now. So yeah, as I took off, the air pushed me sideways. I barely saved it, didn't crash, so we had to shut it down for finals. And B-line here as well. Nice little rocky part. So here's the new section for this year. That drop, it was still windy, but we all agreed that it was fine to send it. It's about a 2-3 meter drop maybe. It's a pretty harsh impact. It's basically you're landing flat, especially if you're going a little bit faster than trail speed. So yeah, it was totally fine. Push through the berm. Hard on the brakes here. This is a pretty tricky right-hand corner, but we made it through. Push again. There's a nice low line and high line that I always take the middle one. There's also an even higher line here, but I didn't see the benefit of it as I was just gapping across the rocks and into the left side to get that nice pocket. And then here's a pretty interesting section. Again, there's a low line right here and a high line, which I always gap because there's some junky rocks and roots right there. But if you make the gap, it's pretty off camber, but if you if you have the speed and make the gap, you just shave a lot of seconds through that section. Flat out, no resting, pushing through that left hander. High line here again, I don't know, just seemed faster to me. Push through here, and then again here there's a low and a high line. The tricky part here is that pretty much everybody's taking the high line, but then in the next section there's another low line and an inside line that can set you up way better for the big road gap, which the one I did, because so here it is. This is the main line for the big road gap, and if you take it a few frames back, you can see this is the small road gap. So it was a no-brainer. Super inside. Scrap the big road gap. Hard on the brakes on the wall ride, and then again here high line. And here I've seen some riders getting the left pocket here that could push you. It's a pretty off-camber section the whole way through. This is another new section for 2024. I've seen some guys taking the low line, but I thought there was no point for that. It's basically a straight line if you can hold on the off-camber, and then the dirt conditions was pretty perfect that day. So here we are, high line on the off-camber. Then here is the new section, hard on the brakes. I tried to get that inside. There's a few routes developed, so I was only able to spot them during sitting run and practice run. So I found an inside line, pretty good. Scrap the big drop. That was a pretty interesting section. It's a steep part, like really steep section with a lot of compressions, a lot of holes developed through that right hander, and there was no major support holding you to get through that. But yeah, since the conditions were perfect, basically I was able to just push through it and yeah, made it through. Nice shark fin, scrap that thing. Tacking here, scrapping everything. And into the final section, another super steep off-camber section. Low line, high line, always on the high line, up the rocks, and then there's another tricky gap you can do. As you can see, there's a nice rock garden on the right, but there's an even better line that you can drop and gap over these rocks. It's a pretty big drop and a big gap as well. It's about a 3 meter tall and I don't know, 4 or 5 meters long. The tricky part is to just hold it. You want to jump and land a little bit sideways to the right, so it can set you up for the exit into the finish line. Yeah, nice little stop here for the boys.
Pende, tessera, tria, dio, ena, pame.
So yeah, that's my 2024 National Championship winning run analysis. Let me guys know what you think in the comments below. Ask whatever you want. I'm gonna try and answer everything. If you want me to make another video of any of my previous race runs that I haven't done, just let me know in the comments. Press the like button if you enjoy this content. And yeah, thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Legends.